So on the right is the Decent brand basket, which I believe is made by VST. I've been using it for a while. So I believe if after a while it does get probably deformed a little bit. So it has a flat bottom, but there's a little bit of wobble, showing that it's not perfectly flat anymore. Just got this new Big Bang one to try out from IMS. So the difference here is that the holes, it's actually more subtle than I've seen on other people's videos, but the holes get closer together towards the center, which supposedly will help with the flow, how it looks, but also how it actually flows, so you get less channeling, or I don't know, channels more towards the center rather than the along the edges. But anyway, it's maybe because it's new, but this is like super flat. So it'll be interesting to see after it's used a little more, whether it also bows along the edges like this one does, or did. So yeah, it's a lot more stable, very flat, but looking at them, so they're about the same, like, yeah. Same flatness. Actually, it does look like the bottom, the holes might go a little wider. I should measure that actually. Well, unfortunately, my cheap caliper has gone absolutely insane. Maybe the battery's dying. Hopefully it's just that. But oh, turned off. It wasn't turning off earlier. Yeah, so it's gone insane. But using it to keep the same size and measuring, comparing, they're about the same. And the Decent, the one on the right, actually looks like the holes go a little further. They're a little wider distributed than the IMS. Very small difference, but it's funny because I thought the one on the left, the IMS Big Bang, actually looked like the holes go further out, cover more area, but nope. Yeah, so I've been hearing good things about the IMS Big Bang, so it'll be interesting to try and compare with the Decent. And also I have some Weber Unibaskets coming. Yeah, the one problem is I sold my espresso machine, so I have the I had the ECM Synchronica. I have the Lepavoni Europiccola, but thankfully my friend lent me his Sylvia, so I could try and experiment on that. Hopefully it's consistent enough that I can tell whether it's, to compare things. Yeah. Here's my current gear. Someone also lent me a ZP6 Special, I believe. One Espresso ZP6 Special Edition. Grind quality is good. I don't know if it's, yeah, it's hard to say. I just did one cupping so far, so we'll see how that one is. Still testing these new things. Again, I need 58 millimeter baskets and machine to test this on. This is the Barista Hustle Autocomb. Yeah. And ZP6, I have not used enough to say much about either. So more, yeah, I'll have to test that. So far so good. I tried one cupping out of it and it was comparable to the P64, a little milder, but it could have been the grind size differences where the P64 looked like it ground a little finer. Yeah, there's some like quirks to this, so it's not like the perfect hand grinder, but it works. Grind quality seems good so far. And yeah, that's what's new. One thing I just noticed with the Big Bang basket, magnetic funnel, it is non-magnetic. One is, yeah, fits nicely with the Lagome P64 funnel, but it is not magnetic at all. I thought it actually was magnetic. I thought it was just lightly some what was it? I think the Normcore basket was slightly magnetic. It had like a shiny, kind of similar looking metal to this, where it's kind of bright and shiny. Oops. I thought it felt like there's some magnetic pull, but like this doesn't seem magnetic either without the basket in place. So not that. It's just it fits nicely as it should because it's a good funnel. But yeah, no magnet. So if you have a magnetic funnel, you're losing your magnetic feature. I think it's kind of flexing. It's bending a little bit. Let's see. I'll do some more shots with it because I've only done some low pressure shots where the flow is too fast. So I haven't really used the basket much yet. But from memory, I feel like it's a little more, maybe a little more wobbly than it used to be when I first did this. I'm gonna have to check back on my video, but I'll do some more shots and see if it progresses further as like a rounded bottom. Because I remember being impressed with like how flat this is. I got this from someone else who I guess he really didn't use it. Yeah, he was saying he barely used it. It seems to be the case. So I love how the Normcore Portafilter goes straight through. So there's no obstructing. If you have like a larger, longer basket, it could be as long as you want. Not that heavy. It's like a lightweight. Wait, what? All right, that should be accurate. 376. Most of the weight is due to the long handle. So it's a little unbalanced, which I found out when I was trying to put it on the tamping stand. It kind of wants to fall backwards. So not the best for that. I surprised with the Big Bang basket. One good thing I noticed, it seems to have a little bit of a larger bottom because these 58 millimeter filters, I think this is the one from the Weber portafilter. It actually seems to fit okay. I wonder if, like, when I wet it, if the edges are going to creep up along the side, the edges. Like in a regular, come on, get out. Yeah, so it's a good precise fit. This is the Big Bang basket. This I think is the decent 15 gram, which is relatively flat bottom, but I guess there's a little smaller curve because it doesn't seem to want to sit as flat. This one just goes right in. You can tap it down. Yeah, doesn't seem like there's much, like it's sitting nicely in there. Or this maybe because the very corner has a little bevel. I don't know. Yeah, it's got more of like a sharper edge, I guess. So that's a benefit if you have robot filters that are 58 millimeters for the robot. I believe they're the same size as the ones that come with the Weber unifilter, which is where I got these papers from. So that will fit. You can use those paper filters on the bottom or the top or both. So I haven't tried this actually on the Big Bang basket with the paper filter. So curious if that will make it better or if it will just negate the whole point of the filter basket, because so the holes get closer together as they approach the center, which is supposed to prevent side channeling and get the flow directed towards the center. But I think it's still, I mean, yeah, then you just might end up getting less extraction on the corners. So I'm not sure if it's like the greatest design. It seems kind of, I mean, it seems like a good basket, but like, I don't know, I'm not getting anything really special out of it. I think I still prefer the Decent or VST basket. But using a paper filter might change that. Yeah. And I'll have to do like a side-by-side comparison. I didn't do a side-by-side, but I've been using this and getting okay results. I used this the other day and I got results that I seem to like better. It might have been a coincidence. It might have been the grinder, the dialing in, the coffee aged. You know, just I've been doing a lot of different things. I'm using a new machine, so not conclusive yet. But I definitely like the Big Bang basket better than I liked the Normcore basket, which I don't think they did any research and development on. I think they just made it look like another basket that they liked, and made it cheaper, which is a good trick, but I think it's probably not as simple to make a basket as it seems. It's not just the metal thing with holes in it, like the size of the holes, the shape of the holes. I think that's all a factor. Spacing of the holes. There's something else going on, because like I've seen people review these like the cheap knockoff fancy baskets that look like they should perform the same as like the Wafo Spirit or whatever, but they don't. So yeah, the cheapest like high extracting really fancy basket you can get. I don't know, I don't think this is a high extracting basket. This is more like a regular, I'd call this a regular like VST type or IMS basket, where it's like a good precision basket. So I don't think it's bad. The Normcore one was just, I don't know, I didn't like it. It seemed like it was missing something. Maybe there was like no body. Everything just ran quickly, unless you grind super fine, and it didn't taste like it was like ground super fine. I don't know. I just remember not being impressed by the results. It seemed very one-dimensional. The coffee, yeah, it was lacking something. But this just seems like more of a normal precision basket, which is kind of what I expected, like similar to the Decent or VST baskets or other IMS baskets. But if you want something like higher extracting, where you get a little more punch, a little more flavors coming through, or it just works differently, where it's the Weber Workshops basket. I tried the Unifilter before, and I have baskets coming now that I sold the Unifilter. So yeah, I have the Weber baskets coming, which are supposed to be the same as the Unifilter, just different sizes. And I have a Weber Buck coming, which won't work with my Breville dual boiler that I have now, unfortunately, although I'm going to try, but I doubt it. Also has a straight through thing, so you can put in as long, tall baskets as you want. Okay, so the cheapest, yeah, kind of ironically, the cheapest high extracting basket that I know is good is going to be the Weber one, or I think slightly cheaper is the Pesado. I heard good things about the Pesado basket, but I think they have like a more flat, weird design for the top edge. So I think people have issues with like locking in their portafilter, or like, you know, they might get some leaks, or it just doesn't fit right. I don't know, but I was a little worried about that, and that's why I haven't gotten that. But I might give it a try and see how it compares to the Weber baskets. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll try it out. And if someone wants to send me one, that'd be cool. To borrow or keep or whatever. Okay, fine, to borrow.